The following may contain language that is not suitable for all audiences. It's time for the Low Fat Podcast. Wow, you missed on your first one.
Story of my life.
What, always missing?
Yes.
Oh well. So, what was on the agenda today?
I don't know, bro.
Oh, here's something that I just kind of thought to myself. We don't need to talk about very much, but as I tool around on the internet sites, going from left wing stuff to quote unquote supposedly centrist stuff to libertarian stuff to what is called right wing stuff. None of these things really have any meaning for me because they just don't. There seems to be a whole lot of anger going on and people trying to get other people angry and talking about civil war. Like all of them kind of talk a little bit about civil war, right? I'm beginning to think that's what's wanted.
Why would anybody want a civil war?
Well, one possible explanation is the whole population control thing, right? There are many people who believe that there are too many people, putting a drain on too much of the resources. That whole Malthusian argument. Need to get rid of need to have less people so that the remaining people live better.
But didn't all that get debunked? All the Malthusian stuff got debunked.
Yeah, but
they figured out there's plenty of resources.
Right, but you've just kind of put forth your whole bias there.
Yeah, I think Malthusian shit's bullshit.
Right, but if I were on the other side of the equation, like someone who's talking about, because I think the climate change people are probably more on the Malthusian side of stuff, even though they claim not to be.
Yeah, a lot of them are advocates of population control, and I'm like, what is that even? How? Who?
Well, no one's going to tell you. That's another thing. People aren't going to sit there and say honestly what they want because a lot of the time it seems super unreasonable. It's super
population control is pretty unreasonable.
Well, not population. That's a euphemism.
Extermination.
Well, if that's what they mean, right? People say population control, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean. If it means we need to kill off half the people,
no one's ever going to say that, did?
Well, yeah, because you seem like a crazy person.
Yes,
but a lot of people think it.
Just not them, right?
Well, no, a lot of people think, yeah, well, me and the folks that I like should be in the half that lives, and everybody that I don't like should not.
Like you can control that shit if there was a civil war.
Well, if you got enough money, right? If you're one of the super rich folks, you can just kind of go away.
Where?
I don't know. I ain't got that kind of money. But if you can just kind of go away and let all this junk happen, then come back.
I suppose, but I think there's a lot in revolutions in the past. Rich people get caught up in that shit, don't they?
The ones that stay.
Right.
I mean, there's all kinds of stories of like one of my teachers in high school had a story about how I guess it was his maternal grandmother or something. She was super wealthy. Her and her sister were like like landed aristocrats or whatever in Russia, and they were on a vacation in the United States. Revolution happened. They couldn't go back home,
so they just stayed here.
They had to. There's actually a story of some people during the Iranian Revolution where, dude was super rich and he was in a vacation with his family in Paris. Mm-hmm. And, the revolutionary fighters came into the offices of the business that he owned and his secretary called him and said, don't come back.
Wow.
And so he didn't. He came to the United States and made money out here.
And it's only the very wealthy that can do that shit.
Well, I don't know how wealthy very wealthy is.
Well, you've always we've talked about the example of Vietnam before, like the only people that could get out of Vietnam, and it's not like it wasn't the boat people that were getting out of Vietnam. Yeah, they were, but they had the money. That's how they could afford a place on the boat. Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, what I mean is they weren't boat people. They were the people that could get a place on the boat were the people that had money.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole idea that the Vietnamese that came here were this group of people. They're like, wow, the Vietnamese in California, they're all into politics. They have all this. They get businesses. They do all this stuff. They're an incredible bunch. I'm like, those are the people that ran South Vietnam. But they came here on a boat. That's because they had to leave everything. Yeah, they were refugees, but they were also the people that. I mean, because the communists were crazy. They would kill you if you were like a dishwasher or a laundry woman for some GI. If you made money doing laundry for somebody, just trying to make a buck, when they came swooping in, they'd kill you because you had contact with the ugly Americans. I don't know. I mean, that to me is just like super crazy. And now, I think there's a Nike factory in Vietnam.
There is?
There's got to be. Yes, I think there is. Or, when I last read about something.
So
now there are tours to Haiphong.
Well, yeah.
My mother was sitting there going, I was thinking about doing a tour to Vietnam. I was like, why? Are you going to look for wreckages of Navy warplanes?
What did she say?
She was like, well, why do you have against Vietnam? I was like, nothing, but why would you want to go to Vietnam? It's hot.
Yeah.
She did like China, though.
That surprises me.
What?
That your mom liked China.
China is the base of just about every Asian culture. Everyone still reads in Chinese characters. All the classics in Asian literature are Chinese.
Are they?
China has a history of 10,000 years.
Well, yeah, all this I know, but it surprises me that your mum liked China.
Well, because it's a place of incredible history.
Yeah.
She liked going to Forbidden City. She liked all the stuff out there. She thought the Great Wall was just kind of,
Really?
Yeah, she's like, it's just a stone wall that smells like piss.
Oh, I love you, Mum.
She didn't really like Europe either.
But what about the food in China?
Well, she was kind of scared of it, but I think there was some eating going on. But, plus nothing against the Chinese. They do eat some weird stuff.
Yeah.
That just reminds me of that, every time I think of China, I think of Chow Yun-fat in The Corruptor. Because he's offering his white partner some beef intestine noodles.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. And Mark Wahlberg's like, no, I don't thank you. And, Chow Yun-fat's like, hey, you want to be a Chinese, you got to eat the nasty stuff.
I like Chow Yun-fat, man.
Yeah, I do too. I like his story.
That's a cool story.
You don't even... Oh, yeah, I told you the story.
You told me the story.
But, yeah, it's cooler than Jackie Chan's story.
Jackie Chan's story is cool too.
Oh, I was so poor, my parents sold me to the Peking Opera.
Yeah, but think about that he overcame.
Okay, I can count the stories of two people that happened to that made it big. Out of the probably many thousands, maybe millions.
Yeah.
Well, not even millions, but hundreds, at least tens of thousands.
But that makes Jackie Chan's story even more amazing.
Yeah, but...
And now he's got like an entourage of 30 people.
But would it have happened if it... Did he achieve it, or was it because he was Jackie Chan?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you'd have an opinion. There's plenty of people that talk about that, right? When you do it, it's because you worked hard and achieved. If you're on the outside looking in, it's because, you're just you.
Well, I would say it's because he worked hard and achieved.
Sure, he worked hard, but other people worked hard too.
Yeah.
His work hard was enough. That's my philosophy. I'm not...
Wasn't enough or was enough?
Was all the success that you get. I don't think that you're... I mean, I've got weird thoughts on philosophy and stuff, but I don't think that simply working hard makes it. It's all about the luck or the fate or the predestination or whatever. So, I don't sit there and say, oh, you got all these breaks because you were white, or, oh, you got all these breaks because you were X. Well, that may be true, right? But that's just their luck. Everybody works hard. The ones that make it are supposed to. They didn't work any harder. They weren't any smarter. And that's probably, I know that bugs you about my thought. Like, look, if you're supposed to get something, however hard you work is going to be enough.
It always bugs me, that view.
And if you're not supposed to get anything, you can work until you like your fingers to the bone and then some. It's just not going to happen. Mm. And is that a little fatalistic? If I'm using the term correctly, yeah, I guess. But isn't unhappiness? Isn't desire like the root of all unhappiness?
Supposedly.
Well, if Catholics believe it, then it must be true.
Well, it's not just the Catholics.
Well, okay, so Christians believe, all kinds of religions believe it, and I'm just like, well, that's kind of a Buddhist thing.
It is a Buddhist thing.
Who, in his home country was pretty much shunned. Oh, Gautama, you suck. But everywhere else, like, oh, that's that guy. He's got some good ideas.
No, the story of the Buddha is that he walked away from all that.
Yeah, but the people from his homeland didn't really accept him.
I don't know. See, I don't remember reading that in the story of the Buddha.
He's Indian, right?
He's from North India.
Okay, so he's from India.
Yep.
For all intents and purposes.
Yep.
Okay, so Kashmir, Pakistan, Nepal, all those places, right? So, but you say he's from North India. He's Indian in my book. What's the main religion in India?
The Hindus.
Not
Buddhism.
Not his philosophy?
Not his philosophy.
So I just proved my point.
Yeah, so I guess he was. Ting!
I just proved my point. There you go.
Well, we didn't talk about the Civil War, really.
Well, okay, but the only thing really to say about that is I do think, part of me think, a very large part of me thinks that that's kind of what's the plan.
That sounds like a bad plan.
Yeah, because it's going to be one of those plans like Wile E. Coyote plans. So these super rich folks are like, okay, we'll leave. All the dumbasses will kill half of themselves out. Then we'll come back. The reason why I think if that's the plan, the reason why I think it's a dumbass Wile E. Coyote plan is because they're going to leave. The ones left are going to kill half of ourselves, if not more, and lay waste to all the land here. So when you come back, you can't do anything.
Yeah, it's not a very good plan. And by the way, just for the record, I don't like the Roadrunner.
Yeah,
because he's a motherfucker. Because he always got away.
Because he's lucky.
Yeah, like he was super, super lucky, and like he's a little smart ass as well. Like he's a fucking smart ass. And I'm like, Wile E. Coyote deserved to eat that motherfucker.
So you probably don't like Bugs Bunny very much either.
No, I never really liked Bugs Bunny either. Bugs Bunny pissed me off as well.
Well,
because they're always getting away with stuff.
If we go on the philosophy that you yourself personally tend to dislike those folks that are most like you, you don't like the Roadrunner and Bugs Bunny because you're extraordinarily lucky and you get away with stuff.
No comment.
Oh, dude, who cares? So who do you like in the Looney Tunes?
Name some.
If you don't know, then
I like the guy with the shotgun.
Elmer Fudd?
No, the other guy.
He's the only guy with a shotgun.
Who's the guy with the big mustache?
That's Yosemite Sam.
Is he from Looney Tunes?
Yes, and he had 2 6 guns.
I like Yosemite Sam.
Really?
Yep. But now I'm getting confused with my cartoons because I'm thinking like Daffy Duck and stuff. That's not Looney Tunes, is it?
Yes, it is Looney Tunes.
It is? Well, I like Daffy Duck.
And I feel sorry for anyone growing up within the last 10 years because they don't get the regular Looney Tunes.
No, they get like the Looney Tunes babies and stuff.
No, they get the Looney Tunes edited.
It's edited?
Yeah. What? All kinds of trigger warnings and stuff.
Oh, I heard that they took away Yosemite Sam's guns.
How can you take away his guns? That's like a major part of that guy's persona.
Like he carries like...
yes, he carries 2 6 guns.
No, but they got him carrying like hammers or something.
Oh my God.
That's just what I heard, like vaguely.
I really like Sylvester's son.
Who's Sylvester's son?
He's the kitten. He's like, oh, father, go get that mouse. And the mouse is actually a fighting kangaroo.
Speedy Gonzales.
I like him too.
I like Speedy and I like Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Which is kind of funny.
Slowpoke Rodriguez is probably my favorite character, actually.
Which is also kind of funny because you are so unlike him except for the whole slow part.
Well, he's only in like, I think 2 episodes of Looney Tunes.
He's got to be in more than that.
He sings the marijuana song.
I thought he's singing La Cucaracha.
Well, there's one where he's singing La Cucaracha, but he's singing La Marijuana.
Oh.
Yeah. You didn't ever see that episode?
I probably did. I've seen them all.
Unless somebody like edited it up.
And I like the little chick.
Not Tweety Bird?
No, the Brainiac chick with that Foghorn Leghorn's trying to help out.
Oh yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah, I like that. I like that little chick.
But the chick's like way smarter than Foghorn Leghorn.
The chick is super smart. It looks like he's got a really old mom, and then Foghorn Leghorn's always trying to help him, help him out and stuff.
I forgot about Foghorn Leghorn.
And I like the cat that can fly.
That's like one episode.
It is. It was a one-off show.
Man, how do you remember all this stuff?
I really like cartoons.
Yeah, never liked Bugs Bunny.
That's wrong.
Didn't really like Sylvester.
Sylvester was funny, but I liked his son better.
I dislike Tweety Bird as well because Tweety Bird always got away with shit.
Running theme. You don't like people to get away with stuff.
But I like Homer Simpson. He gets away with stuff.
He gets away with everything.
And who else? That's it.